Sylvia Rivera. Sylvia Rivera was born on July 2nd, 1951, and she passed away on February 19th, 2002. She was a gay liberation and transgender rights activist, also known to be an advocate for the homeless gay population. At age 10, she was homeless, living on the street, participating in survival sex and child prostitution. She was taken in by local drag queens. Another fact about her young childhood is that when she was 3 years old, her father left her and her mother, and when she was 10 years old, her mother killed herself. She was taken in by her grandparents, but they also abandoned her, and that's why she was living on the streets. Rivera sometimes exaggerated her importance, reporting to have been active during the civil rights movement, the movement against the Vietnam War, the second wave feminist movements, as well as Puerto Rican and African American youth activism, particularly with the Young Lords and the Black Panthers, but she could not prove her claims. Sylvia Rivera. She was an activist in the 70s. For American history, many things were going on at that time, such as Woodstock. This is significant because it was a demonstration of peace and love, and that was much needed at the time. Things were going on like the Vietnam War, and this created a lot of uproar and unsettling to American families. They felt society was falling apart, and this war impacted American families deeply because it says that it was the first televised war, so people could see it and see the press of it, and it very much made them feel that society was falling apart. For racial, social, and cultural, the civil rights movement had people very angry because at the time Black people were becoming more seen, and so were the riots breaking out. Civil unrest broke out across the country, but the riots in Watts, Los Angeles, Newark, and Detroit were the most shocking. Publicly visible violence now broke out among Black Americans in urban riots and among white protesting. All of these factors played into Sylvia's life and the way that she and fellow activists would go about protesting. Sylvia's role. Sylvia's main role in history was co-creating STAR, which stands for Street Transvestite Action Revolutionaries. STAR offered services and advocacy for homeless queer youth and fought for several non-discrimination acts and fought for Sexual Non-Discrimination Act in New York. SONDA prohibits discrimination on the basis of sexual orientation in employment, housing, public accommodations, education, credit, and the exercise of civil rights. This is a photo of Sylvia during a protest for her STAR organization. Sylvia's legacy. I believe that Sylvia is remembered because of the way that she cared for people. She knew how hard life was growing up for her, and she did all that she could to help others in her shoes. It is important for students to learn about her because she was a very good example of a strong person who fought for what she believed in, and this could encourage other people like her. Named in Sylvia's honor, the Sylvia Rivera Law Project was created to guarantee that all people are free of self-determined gender identity and expression, regardless of income or race, and without facing harassment, discrimination, or violence. A quote by Sylvia Rivera reads, "We have to do it because we can no longer stay invisible. We have to be visible. We should not be ashamed of who we are. We have to show the world that we are numerous, that there are many of us out there." Overall, I think that Sylvia had a very lasting legacy and that she was very impactful to people in her shoes and also just a light in the world, spreading her positivity. And she called everybody that she ever spoke to her child. She had a very motherly act to her and she was very nurturing. I think that she was a great person in history.